Good morning. This is your Zozo Stock Watch report for July 26th, Wednesday. This is your futures before the open. The Dow futures are up close to 70 points. The S&P futures are up near 5. The NASDAQ futures are up almost 12. Let's go ahead and get right into some news. On your economic plate this morning, you have 10 o'clock new home sales. 10:30 you have your petroleum inventory. 2 p.m. we have the FOMC announcement. Some earnings that came out early this morning. STM earnings per share in line, beats on revenue. AUDC earnings per share in line, beat on revenue. AUO beats by 3 cents, misses on revenue. CSFL beats by 5 cents, beats on revenue. UCBI beats by 1 cent, misses on revenue. CMG price target lowered to $390 at BAFA Bank America. Next up we have Amgen downgraded market perform at BMO Capital, price target $199. Hilton came out with earnings this morning and we had a 52 cent, beat by 2 cents, revenues $2.5 billion. Next up we have BABY, beats by 1 cent, beat on revenue. DH Horton beats by 1 cent, misses on revenue. ANTM beats by 14 cents, misses on revenue. WYNN downgraded market perform at Telsey, price target remains 150. ZTS downgraded hold at Deutsche Bank. ITRI downgraded neutral at Baird. IPG downgraded sector perform at RBC Capital. CALD initiated buy at Jefferies. CMG upgraded hold at Jefferies. Some earnings after Wednesday's close. You have ABX, CMO, FTNT, INVA, KEX, KIM, XLNX, and you can read the rest here. And that's some of your earnings after Wednesday's close today. Next up, we had CMEX, earnings per share in line, misses on revenue for CX. Some other news that came out, CDRL, Seadrill warns again of Chapter 11. STRA beats by 5 cents, misses on revenue. Northrop Grumman, NOC, earnings per share came out $3.15. The estimate was $2.87. OPHT beats by 43 cents, beats on revenue. BIIB upgraded buy at Goldman Sachs, price target $338 on that name. CMG price target lowered to $315 at Deutsche Bank. EXPE Expedia price target raised to $175 at Deutsche Bank. Some top insider purchases. We had 2 by General Electric directors, one over 27,000, one for 10K. A couple here by TTS. CEO purchased 9K. Director purchase of over 14,000 on TTTS. IGT announces new term loan facility and amendment for multi-currency resolving credit facilities. Some other earnings that came out, TKR earnings per share rev beat. AOS earnings per share in line, rev beat. Coca-Cola earnings per share and revenue beat. And UFI earnings per share and revenue beat. LH earnings per share, revenue beat. IPCI currently halted. Bristol Myers Squibb came out with news, received second European Commission approval in less than a year. MDGS through distribution agreement with a Switzerland-based company. RH price target raised to $69 at Goldman Sachs was $44. BLRX announces additional investment from BVF Partners LP. BLMN Blooming Brands announces 2017 diluted earnings per share of 35 cents. So BLMN had earnings come out. CGNT Cognis Medical acquires Genesis Medical. So we had a merger there. DT Energy beats by 7 cents, beats on revenue. Ford had their earnings come out, and earnings per share 56 cents versus estimate 43 cents, 39.9 billion versus 37 billion for Ford. KTOS received 3 million security and access control contract from large national healthcare network. Tupperware earnings per share revenue beat, but revenue miss, earnings per share beat, revenue miss on Tupperware. Hershey, HSY, earnings per share beat. AGN price target raised to 290 from 270 at Citigroup. HCY, Hershey reaffirms guidance. Your MBA mortgage applications came out today at 7 o'clock a.m. Index actually 0.4, prior 6.3, so mortgage applications down. SLGN earnings per share and revenue in line. State Street Q2 earnings per share of $1.67, beats by 10 cents. Some specific shareholder meetings today. We have NEWT, MCK, WSTC. Top analyst calls today. IPCI, iRobot, WMT, Walmart, PII. Top conferences today. Black Hat Conference on the next generation of cyber defenders. Super Value also has a conference. BCO, the Brinks beats by 18 cents, beats on revenue. In other news, CGEN discloses updates to collaborative activities with Bayer in immunology. Current agreement to continue based on CGEN. Parties in discussion with respect to additional targets. SLAB beats by 8 cents, beats on revenue. NAP, Navarros Maritime, misses by 13 cents, misses on revenue. Some of your top upgrades, downgrades: ATI upgraded neutral, JP Morgan. EA upgraded buy at Bank America. TTPH upgraded buy at Stifel. VEON upgraded neutral at JP Morgan. Some downgrades: AMED downgraded neutral at Mizuho. AMD downgraded market perform at BMO. Amgen downgraded market perform. ZTS downgraded hold. LLY downgraded market perform at Lee Rinick. Some initiations: AMD initiated outperform at Baird. CBG initiated neutral at UBS. JLL initiated neutral at UBS. TTPH upgraded buy at Stifel, price target 15. We also had Six Flags come out with earnings, and you can read that there. Earnings revenue 422 million, misses by 14.2 million. Next up, we had NDAQ reported financial results for second quarter 2017. Revenues were 602 million and up by 43 million or 8%. Also, NDAQ announced quarterly dividend of 38 cents per share. PCRX announces publication of phase 4 study. Next up, we had BA earnings come out, and BA earnings per share of $2.89. And let's see, solid execution across the company, strong operating cash flow for Boeing, for BA. And let's see, Hershey declares quarterly dividend. Next up, we had OC Corning's beats by 12 cents, beat on revenue. Hess missed by 12 cents, beats on revenue. ROL, quarter 2 earnings per share, 25 cents, in line. Here's more on Boeing. Earnings per share, 255. Estimate was for 230. Revenue, 22.7.4 billion, and they just came a little bit shy on the revenue. Next up, but Boeing was hitting highs in pre-market. Next up, we have, let's see what we have. 8x8 teams with Ingram Micro to distribute global cloud communications and contact center solutions. DVAX volume highs currently. Crude oil is at highs this morning following yesterday's API data. And we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look at some of the stocks that are moving up this morning. You have, let me bring over my chart for you. Okay, first up that are gapping up, we have TTPH, and that's gapping up on over 200,000 on the volume there this morning. DVAX, big pop in the name this morning, over 73,000 shares. ETRM had news last night, that gapped up. ETRM up this morning. iRobot after their earnings, IRBT up in the pre-market. AMD popped to highs and holding most of the gains pre-market. RGLS gapping up to $1.20 on 5,000 volume. DLB only 400 shares traded, so bidding up. X, who had earnings last night, holding most of the gains. AXSM, that one is at pre-market highs. EXAS gapped up and holding most of the gains. ENPH bidding up at $1.05. Currently volume is 800 shares on that name. ARQL bidding up, light volume, only 100 shares currently. MDGS popping up here, pre-market 1,700 shares. CYRX bidding up on the name, 859 shares. OPHT was at highs, pulling back currently, 37,000 shares traded in that name currently. TANH, that name has 16,300 shares traded, popped up and is pulling back currently. Some stocks that are down, AKAM was down after earnings. CGEN is down on their news. Dry ships just continues to drift down, almost back below $1. Let's see, what else do we have? SIX had earnings and they're gapping down. SIX, and currently 12,000 shares traded in SIX. So in closing, for the Zozo stock market early morning report, just remember at 2 p.m. we have the FOMC meeting announcement, so that'll be big. And if you're playing oil stocks, 10:30 you have the EIA petroleum oil status coming out. As far as your futures go, currently the Dow futures are up 70.5, and you see the S&P futures up almost 5, NASDAQ futures up 7. This has been the Zozo stock market report. Enjoy your day. Good day trading for July, Wednesday, 26th. And be careful out there. A lot of earnings. Check for earnings if you're holding any positions. And have a great day. And see you back later with the stocks on watch list for tonight video. Have a great day trading. Thank you.